Hi all, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to explain about border layout in Java. You can observe in the first line we have import java.awt.star. In this line we are going to accept the properties of, we are going to import the properties of AWT. The full form of AWT is Abstract Window Toolkit. In the next line, you can see public class. So here the class name is border extends frame. So we are going to accept the properties of frame in this class. We are going to extend the properties of frame in border class. That's why we have written class border frame. In the next line, I have written the method name as border. The class name and method name is same. This is called as a constructor. So this is called as a constructor. Remember, what is meant by constructor? Class name, border, and method name is same. This is called as a constructor. So first we are going to create the object for frame. You see here, frame space F. So we are going to create object for frame. Then F is equal to new frame. Okay. So in the next line, I am going to have in the border layout, remember there are completely 5 buttons are there: north, south, east, west, and center. So first we need to create that buttons. You see in the next line, I created one button. That button name is you see north. So in the second line, I created one button. This button name is south. So in the third line, I created one button. This button name is east. So in the fourth line, I created one button. This button name is west. In the fifth button, I created center. Remember how to create this button. Button space B1 is equal to new button north. Button space B2 is equal to new button south. Button space B3 is equal to new button east. So like this, we created 5 buttons from these 5 lines. So now you see button will be labeled as north. Button will be labeled as south. So similarly, button will be labeled as a center. So from these 5 lines, we are going to create 5 buttons. So what we are going to do in the border layout, we are going to create 5 buttons with the name north, south, east, west, and center. So after creation of the button, we must add these buttons to the frame. Now you see in the next line, f dot add. So what is this f? F is called as a frame. I am going to add my button 1. I am going to add my button 2. I am going to add my button 3, button 4, and button 5. So if you want to add B1 in the north, you must use border layout dot north. If you want to use south, you can use border layout dot south. So in this one, B and L are capital. So here north, south, east, west, center all are capital. So till here, just we created buttons. In this line, we are going to add buttons to the frame. So you can use a method called as a add, f dot add b1, f dot add b2, b3, b4, and b5. So after completion of adding the buttons to the frame, then we are going to set the size of frame. Yes, f dot set size 300 comma 300. So we are going to create the size 300 as well as 300 length and width. Now you see, if set visible is true, if at all you want the frame is visible, then you can say true. If at all you want hide the frame, then you can say instead of true, you can write the false. So till here we created frames, we created buttons, and all the buttons is added to the frame. Now I am going to create object for the constructor. So the name of the class is border. So here the class name is border. Now you can see we are going to create the object in the main method public static void main string arguments border space b1 is equal to new border. So when we create object for constructor, directly it is going to call the constructor and execute all these whatever the methods, whatever the statements available inside the constructor. So this is all about the border layout program. In simple, what we done in this program, import java.awt.star. We are going to accept the properties of AWT, that is button. So here I used button, that's why we used AWT. Public class border extends frame. In this program we are using frame, that's why we used a keyword called as a extends. Extends is used for inheritance. Now this class name is a border, method name is border, this is constructor. So we create object for frame. Then what we are going to do, we are going to create the buttons north, south, east, west, center. We added buttons to the frame, then we fix the size of frame, then we are going to say the frame is visible, then we create the object. Now let us see the execution of the program. Before going to see the execution of the program, we are going to save the file. So you must give, we are going to give the class name. So what's the name of the class? Border. So let me save this file, save as. So I can save this file in D drive. Then I'm going to give Java. So already I saved in my drive. Then I completed this saving process. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to execute this program now. You can see. So I'm going to open command prompt. Now we can open the command prompt. So in the D drive, I have the program name called as a Java. So how to save, compile this program? Java C space file name dot Java. Now you can see there are no errors in the program. Java space class name. So the name of the class method name is, main method name is border. Now you can see the output what is on the screen. Now you can see this output is north, west, north, east, north, south, east, west, center. So remember, this is the output for border layout. So after execution, we received the output